Hello, my dear budding doctors. I welcome you all to my YouTube channel Medicos Notes. Today, we'll be dealing with another important question, that is the axillary artery. Axillary artery is the continuation of subclavian artery. It extends from the outer border of the first rib to the lower border of teres major muscle. The pectoralis minor muscle, which crosses the artery, divides it into three parts. The first part, which is superior to the muscle, the third part, which is inferior to the muscle, and the second part lies posterior to the muscle. Okay, now let me explain you with the help of this diagram. So the first point is that the axillary artery is a continuation of subclavian artery. So this is the subclavian artery and this is the axillary artery. So the axillary artery is the continuation of subclavian artery and then it continues below as brachial artery. Okay, coming to the next point. This is the first rib and this is the teres major muscle. The second point tells that the extent of the artery is from the outer border of the first rib to the lower border of teres major muscle. So it extends from the outer border of first rib to the lower border of teres major muscle. The third point is that the pectoralis minor muscle crosses the artery and divides it into three parts. So this is the pectoralis minor muscle. It crosses the artery and divides the artery into three parts. The part which lies superior to the muscle is the first part, which lies inferior to the muscle is the third part, and which lies posterior to the muscle is the second part. Okay, now let's see the relations of the axillary artery. To make it easier for you, I have put it into tabular form. You can screenshot this and use this to learn. Now I'm going to tell this in terms of first the anterior relations, then the posterior relations, then the medial relations and the lateral relations all together for the first, second and third part. Okay, so this is to make it easier for you. So first the anterior relations. In the three we have the skin, the superficial fascia and deep fascia in the anterior relation. Apart from that, in first part there is pectoralis major muscle, clavipectoral fascia and the communication between lateral and medial pectoral nerves. In second part we have pectoralis major muscle and pectoralis minor muscle. In third part there is medial root of median nerve. In posterior relations of first part, we have serratus anterior, first and second digitations, nerve to serratus anterior and medial cord of brachial plexus. In second part, the posterior relation, we have the subscapularis muscle and the posterior cord of brachial plexus. And the third part, posterior relation, we have the radial nerve and the axillary nerve and the subscapularis in upper part and teres major in lower part. Medial relations of the first part we have the axillary vein. In second part we have the axillary vein and medial cord of brachial plexus along with the medial pectoral nerve, and in third part we have axillary vein along with the medial cutaneous nerve of arm and forearm. The lateral relation is that the first part there is lateral and posterior cord of brachial plexus. In second part we have lateral cord of brachial plexus along with the coracoideus brachialis muscle, and in third part we have lateral root of median nerve, musculocutaneous nerve and coracobrachialis muscle. Now let's move on to the branches of the axillary artery. The axillary artery gives 6 branches. 1 branch from the first part, 2 branches from the second part and 3 branches from the third part. The one and only branch which arises from the first part is the superior thoracic artery. This is the only branch of the first part. Now the second part gives rise to 2 branches, thoracoacromial artery and lateral thoracic artery. This is the thoracoacromial artery and this is the lateral thoracic artery. These two are the 2 branches of the second part. The thoracoacromial artery then gives rise to 4 terminal branches. This is a pectoral branch, this is a clavicular branch, this is the acromial branch and this is the deltoid branch. Now the third part gives rise to 3 branches. This is the posterior circumflex humeral artery, this is the anterior circumflex humeral artery and this is the subscapular artery. These 3 are the 3 branches of the third part. The subscapular artery then gives rise to 1 big large branch called the circumflex scapular artery. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you all have understood. If you have any doubts, you can ask me in the comments below. You can also drop down your suggestions there. So until the next video, bye bye.